jumping right into the video, the two colors that I'm going to be using today is going to be the Adore Blue Black, and I'm also going to be using Revlon just regular black, and I believe that's color number 10. I'm also going to be using the Adore Crystal Clear, but we'll get into that in a second. So I'm just going to follow the instructions on the box for the box dye. And then as far as the Adore, I'm literally going to just pour it into the same mixing bowl that I previously just poured the box dye into. I'm just going to be mixing them. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do this, but this is just what I'm going to do because this is what I have to work with. I thought I had more hair dye, but it turns out I only have these. So when I go in to dye the hair, I want the color to just be easy to disperse and to distribute. So a little trick for that I've learned from Slade by Jordan is to go ahead and wet the hair. So I just wet it really quickly. It doesn't have to be drenched in water. I'm just getting the hair damp, and then I'm just going to go in with my applicator brush and begin to apply the colors. I'm going to be putting it on the front of the strip that I take out, the back of it, and then I'm going to be turning my brush diagonally to get the front part. You don't have to worry about it not being like directly on the root because the hair color is going to travel up there anyway, so you don't have to worry about getting it perfectly close to the roots, because then you might run the risk of getting on the knots, and then you already bleaching the knots on your lace wig will be all for nothing because they will turn back black again. So it's pretty simple when it comes to the front part, just about taking your time and doing it by section. Get to the back part of the hair, that part you can pretty much freestyle. You literally can just throw the color on there. It doesn't have to be done in any particular way. Just make sure it gets on every single strand. And then once I've applied all of the hair color, I'm going to go on with the Crystal Clear. And this is just going to give it like a gloss and a shine to it. So you don't have to apply this in any particular way. You literally just slap it onto the hair. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to let the hair sit and process the color for about 30 minutes. And then I'm going to go ahead and proceed to rinsing it out. And then now it's time to start the plucking. So this is a necessity when you are dealing with wigs, is a hot comb. I will have it linked down below for you guys, but I'm going to basically start by parting out the part in which I want, because I want to make sure not to pluck the part at all. So I'm going to be doing the middle part. So that's what I'm separating. Then I'm taking my hot comb to push the hair back, get it out of the way so that I can go in and pluck. Now I have more in-depth tutorials here on my channel of how it is that I pluck my closures and frontals, so I will link those down below just for reference. But basically I'm just going to be plucking, skipping a section, plucking it again, skipping a section, so on and so forth. I'm literally following that exact same pattern. I'm just going to do that throughout various sections of the hair. Now this is already a straight wig, so I'm just gonna straighten it off camera, but I will let you guys see the little step that I take to make sure that the wig is as flat as possible. So for this, you're gonna need a wax stick and the pressing comb again. I'm gonna take small sections and apply the wax stick on the hair, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use my hot comb to press it out and to really focus it on the root area to get it to lay as flat as possible. This works like a charm and it works perfectly every single time. So I mean, you could do it without the wax stick if you wanted to, but the wax stick just makes it 10 times better to do this. And you don't want to put too much of the wax stick on the hair. You just want to put enough, because if you do put too much, it will make the hair like kind of greasy and waxy and weigh the hair down. So put enough to where when you press it out, it lays flat, but don't put too much. And then if you are no stranger to my channel, you guys pretty much already know what I'm about to do. To go ahead and apply this wig, I'm going to start by cutting off the little thick tabs on the side. And then my typical glueless method, like I said, all the products that I use, I will link them down below. This literally takes 5 minutes, if that. I'm all done with the hair color, the customization, the plucking, the straightening, the pressing it out, getting it as flat as possible. And here is what the hair looks like. Love, love, love how dark this hair is. Mixing the blue black with the black with the clear just gave me the perfect look. If you guys have never heard about Adore's crystal clear rinse, I would suggest that you guys get it. It doesn't have to be only for like jet black hair. If you wanted to just add any type of shine or that glossy look to whatever hair color you have, that's what that hair dye is for. I've even seen some videos here on YouTube of people using that on their natural hair, so I'm really glad that I picked that up. Now this wig is from Isee Hair. They are no stranger here on my channel. They are a hair company that I'm very familiar with, essentially is what I'm trying to say. And this is their 4x4 HC Lace Closure Wig. Yes, it is a 4x4. I feel like they're kind of like making their way back. They're just as good as any other size closure, especially for those of us who kind of just prefer middle parts. If you know that you don't plan on wearing it in anything but a middle part, you can get a 4x4, you can get a 5x5, you can get a 6x6. That part really doesn't matter because it's only for like middle part purposes. This is their silky straight texture. I do have it in 26 inches. The shortest length you could get it in is a bob length, which is 14 inches, and the longest length that it comes in is 30 inches. Like I said, this is the closure wig version of it because they do have a 13x4 lace front wig. And they have two different densities, 250 and 180% density, and that's the one that I chose. And the hair texture is Brazilian. It has Mongolian, Peruvian, Malaysian, so on and so forth. I always say just get Brazilian hair because Brazilian hair is double wefted, meaning that there's a little bit more hair on the track because it is doubled together. So that's really the hair texture that I stick to majority of the time. The cap size that this wig comes in is just a standard cap size of being a size medium. Now I didn't have any issues with the sizing. I just adjusted the straps on it. So it comes with those as well as the combs, but I did cut all of the combs out. So I'm literally just using the straps. And then underneath my wig, I do have a wig grip on. So that's helping give me that like tighter fit that I needed. But if you wear a size small like I do, this wig should fit you just fine as long as you just go in and adjust it. As you guys could tell from the previous clips in the beginning, they did slightly pre-pluck this wig, which was very nice because then all I did was just use that as a guide to go in and pluck it just a teeny bit. The thing now with my closures, I don't want to over pluck them too much because I like for my units to last a very long time, and on average they last me for about a year, sometimes a little bit longer than a year. The trick with getting it to last longer is to not over pluck or over bleach it in the beginning because naturally it's going to bald on its own, so you don't want to really speed up that process at all. Still looks pretty natural, but I don't want to go in and pluck it too much. Also, the lace itself is amazing. I didn't even go in with my foundation like I normally do. All I did was I went in with some lace tint and I put that not even on the entire lace, really just on the front of the hairline, just because I wanted to see if I could get it to still look very skin-like with just the lace tint on its own, and that lace tint did an amazing job. Also, if I didn't already mention, I did get this wig in 26 inches. Now, Isee Hair does have like a few different platforms. I know you guys have seen my videos of like me getting hair from Amazon, from their AliExpress platform, and then also from their official website. This particular hair happens to be from the official website, so when I link that down below, it'll take you directly over there. Sometimes, if I'm being honest, there's a difference in quality depending on which platform you get it from, but for the most part, I I'm not even going to say I stick to one because I do like getting their hair off Amazon when I need it to come really quickly, but I also like getting it from the official website. So if you guys haven't seen videos that I did for this particular hair company, I'm going to link them down below so you guys can check out those specific wigs. All in all, this was a very easy install. I'm very satisfied with the quality of the lace, the quality of the hair. The ends of the hair look good too. One thing I will say, I did get a few snags in the hair when I was combing it, like, you know, to straighten it. I'm not really sure what that's about, but it is a longer length of hair, so depending on if you're like laying on it or sitting on it the wrong way, when you do go to comb it out, you might get a snag here or there. Since we are approaching the warmer months, what I can say is that I have worn their straight hair before, like in 90 to 100 degree weather, and it does a very good job at like not getting frizzy. If you made it this far to the end of the video, thank you so much for staying tuned. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this really easy, you know, coloring tutorial slash install slash review. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.